Good day, folks. Lord Hawkeye here again. I decided on this one to make a little video talking about what I call the biggest mistakes statists make when trying to debate. And I'm not talking about specific points, I'm talking about just errors in form, that sort of thing. So, here's what I've come up with so far. Let's see. Trying to make economical arguments without actually understanding economics. Seriously, people, if you actually care about the subject as much as you do, take a little time, do a little homework. This is just as bad as when creationists try to argue science without actually understanding the science. You're just going to make yourself look foolish. You're not going to bluff your way through this. In other words, don't try to play poker without knowing the rules. Next one, character assassinations. Oh, I love this one. You know, the old, you oppose healthcare because you hate the sick, or you oppose welfare because you hate the poor, and all this. It's completely insane. I mean, come on, folks. Nobody, unless they're deranged, wants the sick to suffer or the poor to stay poor. That's completely nuts. We oppose them because they don't work and they're based on immoral principles. That's all. Seriously. It's just that simple. Next. Disregarding historical and empirical evidence. Okay, seriously, people. If you favor socialism or something like that, and we bring up the fact that socialism has failed every time it's been tried in the past, you don't get to just say, oh, that was then, doesn't count. No. Just like if you were selling a new idea to a group of investors and they said, well, this idea has been tried before and it failed. What are you going to do differently? You can't just say, oh, that was different, this is now. You have to explain. Why did it fail before, and why is it not going to fail this time? Otherwise, your point is completely unconvincing. Next one, confusing capitalism with corporatism. Oh, God. Oh, God. Get this one all the time, and it just drives me up the wall. Okay, listen to me very carefully. Capitalism is when the government does not monkey around with the economy at all. Corporatism is when big companies pay politicians for favors, whether it's having laws made that benefit them, tax breaks, whatever. So basically, if government's meddling in the economy, it is not capitalism. If you say it is, it's just a dead giveaway that you don't know what you're talking about. And remember, corporations are an invention of the government. They are a legal entity, all created by the state. They are not the result of capitalism. Let's see, giving the government a free pass. Oh, I hate this one. I hate it. Ugh. What do I mean by that? Well, simple. Whatever statement you make about humanity in general, you must apply it equally, if not more so, to the government. If you don't do this, your argument is special pleading and has no credibility. Like, don't say monopolies are bad, we need government to stop monopolies, because whether you like government or not, whether you think government's necessary or not, whether you think government is moral or not, government is a monopoly by any definition. So when you say we need government to stop monopolies, you're saying I'm afraid of monopolies, so I'm going to trust the world's biggest monopoly to deal with them. It sounds like complete madness to us. So next time we laugh at you when you say that, at least now you'll know why. So remember, principles and propositions must have consistency. If they don't, it's not a principle or a proposition, it's just you making stuff up as you go along. Not very convincing. And finally, refusing to respond to the gun in the room when it's brought up. Okay, I'm going to make this very simple. Our main objection to statism is the violence behind it. When we say we don't like healthcare because it's money stolen from us by force under threat of violence, you have to respond to that. You can't skip that. That's the very core of the argument. If you refuse to address this, then don't even bother. You're not going to convince us, because that's our entire point. So in essence, if you refuse to respond to the gun in the room, you're not actually responding to us at all. You're just trying to change the subject. So it's not because we're closed-minded, it's because you're not actually addressing our concerns. Savvy? Well, that should do for now. If anyone has any additions they'd like to make, go ahead and post a video response, and I'll see you next time. And until then, be aware and be wise.